Okay. So we're just doing an easy mission today. Easy for me, but maybe not easy for other people who haven't played as much. So, um, wait, pause for a second. Okay, sorry. Um, so what we're going to do here today, it's one of those missions where you go and land on a planet and pick up something. In this case, it's shoot, I believe it was bootleg liquor, but I'll have to make sure. Let's find out. Yeah, 3 bootleg liquor. So we're going to have to land on this planet, and we're going to have to get out the SRV. And man, the first time I did this, I had no idea what I was doing, and I thought for sure I didn't think I was going to get my ship back into my ship because I couldn't figure out how to line it all up and everything. And they made it, what I read made it sound so hard, and it's actually quite easy. I'm trying to get my YouTube on my tablet. My tablet is always very slow. So if we can get some Wi-Fi going here. So anyway, let me pick up a little speed while I wait for this. Okay, we've got Wi-Fi. Why is my tablet's just so slow loading up? So we'll just kind of do some of this while it does that. Maybe I'll close it and let it start all over again here in a minute. So while we're going here, might as well make some money. Let's do a surface scan. I don't think I've already been to this one. We'll find out here in a second. I don't believe so, no. It would show up that it had been mapped. Okay, I like to get about this close. And we've got 7 probes that we get, which is a lot more than one more than you usually get on planets this size. So we're going to put one about there. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to see what that does and see where I need to cover. One thing I do need to go is go back to that engineer, because I've engineered my probes, but I can only do the one level because I'm not 50%. Haven't ranked up with that person enough. Ooh, that's not very good at all. So we're going to go up. So we've got 5, so 6, 7. Let's see what that does. So I want to go back to that engineer and rank up so that I can increase even more, because I hadn't done much of this. I hadn't done any of this until recently, because I'd read comments, oh, don't bother. But if you're on a mission somewhere,
surface scan complete.
Like if you're on a sightseeing mission with somebody, and let's say it gets you 2 million, the money you're going to get from your scanning and your just the information you get from going to different systems is going to be probably almost as much as or more than what the mission was. And I found that surface scanning, sometimes I'll get $1.5 million, 2 million for what I scan in a system, and I don't do that much of it. Okay, so we need to see if we can figure out where on this planet we have to go. Or is it not this one? Let's see here. Okay. Did I go to the wrong planet? 3A? Oh, we didn't go to 3A, we went to 3. What a dummy. You do want to go to the right planet. Oh, I know what I did. I must have hit that one to scan it. Okay, now we'll go back over here to 3A, and before landing we will, of course, scan this planet too. Now let's see if we can get YouTube going here. Just want to make sure I've actually got sound going and I'm not just talking to myself. YouTube, no, I don't want to do your thing there. Okay, so okay, I'm going to slow down now because I need to make sure that we've got sound here, so I'm going to kind of do something weird here. Yep. Okay, we got sound. Let me turn this down. And of course I am talking to myself because this is only like the second time I've streamed, and guess what? I haven't told anybody that I'm doing it. Okay, so this is where we want to go, the search zone, and that'll show up when you get close enough to the planet. You know, there'll be little circles like this, and it'll also sometimes show up over in this panel. Yep. So you can just go and lock on it there. But I'm already locked on it. Okay, so now it's because it's got the little lines. That means it's on the other side of the planet. So we're gonna have to go over here. Oh, that wasn't too bad. So I usually like to just come to a complete stop and kind of get the right angle that I want to go in, because this is one of those things in this game that don't hit that button. I did not mean to do that. This is one of those things in the game where it's not up to the instruments. It's up to you to get your glide pattern properly.
Ready to engage.
You have to line it up properly. And sometimes it's not easy.
3, 2.
And I found there's some days where I can just look at it and go, oh yeah, you know, I need to increase my angle, which is what I'm trying to do here. Okay, now that looks pretty good to me. It might be steep, might be a little steep. We'll find out here in a minute. Actually, might need to go a little higher or a little steeper. And I'm going to put on the night vision because I'm on PlayStation. I've tried to see if I could map a button to turn that on without going to that screen, but I can't find it. If I played PC, obviously you could just have a button and you're like, boop. But I don't have that. And chances are I'm not going to, because to get a PC that could run this game, and actually Odyssey, since that's what I really want to play, I don't have that kind of money. You're looking at a lot of money. If it ever comes out on console, hey, you know I'll be an Odyssey person, because I play a lot of No Man's Sky, and to be able to get out and walk around is fun. It helps with the immersion of the role-playing, which is what I do. basically to help me forget about a lot of the pain I have from various issues. And this guy's just moving around a lot. Seems like it moved around more than normal. And it's going to move one more time for sure. Probably one more after this. It's going to go back. Like, there you go. I knew that was coming. You don't want to be going too fast when that happens, because sometimes especially if it's a high gravity planet, you'll have a little issue. Ooh, we might have a high gravity planet. Ah, we do. Okay. Whew. Okay. That was close. I was getting down towards the surface there. So let's go ahead and drop our landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
And we may actually still see this thing move one more time. Because I don't see a target there. Seeing a target. Start slowing down. So apparently this is where we're going to land. So let's get as close as we can. Find a place to land. And this is just going too easy right now. It's a high gravity planet, I do believe. And down, down, down. So many times you'll get this close and you'll have to, then it'll say it's not a place where you can land. Now we've landed. That was such an easy landing. And I've heard a lot of people say they have a hard time with that. And I've never really had a whole lot of trouble with planetary landings, and I enjoy them. And I also enjoy getting out this little guy. Getting him out is easy, and so is getting him back in. That's the first time you go to do it. Okay, so a little too close there, Gary. A little too much cough syrup this morning. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm assuming we're going to have skimmers. Whoa. Maybe not. So this might just be a really easy mission. Let's get our scoop out.
Cargo scoop deployed.
And well, when I said this was going to be an easy mission, I wasn't kidding. Of course, we could still have someone come after us on the way home. Or, not home, but, okay, where's the other? The liquor right there. Now, I'm going to grab some of this other stuff, and I'll have to go get rid of some of this before. And mechanical scrap. Won't take up inventory room. And what do we got here? Explosives. We could probably not get in trouble for that. Scrap, it's hardly worth time and effort. Yeah. So I think we'll come back for that. And over here. Now on some of these missions you have to land outside of the two 1.5 kilometer radius of wherever you're going, or you're getting control. Okay, now, let's do this real quick. Okay, so you're coming up to your ship. You know, you got to get it in there, and I thought you had to be perfect, but you don't. I'll show you. You can go underneath this thing sideways. Oh, look, board ship. I always, as soon as it says board ship, I hit the handbrake, and then all you do is go up here. Now we're going to transfer cargo. Liquor, 1, 2, 3, scrap, and then you have to go down here and actually hit transfer, or you don't actually transfer it. I do that all the time. And now we're done. But we're going to go back and get the here, yeah. So I'll clean it up. Nope, that's another one. So, I believe we were over this way. Let's see if we can find our tracks. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. So now we'll go back out here. Because sometimes once you get the mission pieces for your mission, it won't show up anymore. Okay, so here we got whatever it was, explosives, whatever. Got one more thing here. This is the scrap. And that's everything. Now, I tried in the past going to that other dot that showed up. It was more bootleg liquor. And I thought, oh, I'll just sell that when I get there. But for some reason, when I take it in, when I turn in whatever it is for the mission, the extra disappears, so I don't bother anymore. And once again, you come up to your ship. You don't have to go through the back. You can go through the front. You know, you can, well, once you hit that rock. And then, like I said, you don't have to be perfect over here. I just watch the little board ship light. And as soon as that comes on, I hit the handbrake, and that's all you need to do. You don't have to line up perfect. Transfer cargo. Board the ship. And bam! Just like that. Now, of course, we do still have to fly back. And one thing I found is I don't lock in my destination until after I get off the planet, because if the point you're going to is below the horizon, you can't go into Super Cruise, so I plot after I get off the planet and go into Super Cruise.
Landing gear retracted.
So far, so good. Taking off from a planet is really easy. And usually landing is. Every now and then, though, you'll go to a place where it's really rough terrain and you have a really hard time finding a spot to land your ship. I have a Python right now, which is a little bigger ship, which is also harder to find a place on a planet because it takes up a bigger footprint. So my Asp that I use, my other ship that I use a lot, is a little easier to find a landing spot, but not that much. Okay, won't be mass locked. Let's get into Super Cruise here. Now we'll go back over here, and we are going to Lundmark Terminal. Let's plot our course. Bam. Yeah, see, that's a good thing I did not do that, because, yeah, we're gonna have to go out a ways. So we'll just kind of cruise out this direction for a little while so that our destination won't be obscured by the planet. Because if you try to maneuver in there, you'll get caught back into the planetary thing, and it's kind of a pain. Okay, so now I'm going to slow down, see if we can get to where we need to go now. Yep. Just hit
Frame shift drive charging.
charge up the frame shift drive. Like I said on my streaming, I mean, I don't have any grandeur here, you know. I just figure if I'm gaming, I might as well stream once in a while. And usually I'll try and stream if I'm doing something that, you know, someone new to the game, like this game or any other game I play, might not know about. You know, like boarding your ship with your SRV. I mean, I couldn't figure it out. I, you know, thought you had to be all perfectly aligned and come in from a certain direction, and you don't. Okay, let's speed up a little bit here. Don't want to get going too fast. We don't want to have to do the dip. Definitely don't want to have to do the turn of shame. That's when you overshoot. If you keep the little blue marker there, now it turned yellow or orange, whatever. So right about there should be safe. Shouldn't gain too much speed. One of these days I'll show y'all how to land in a space station. If I can ever do it without taking up almost all the time allotted. Now, I don't need to bother scanning this planet because I've already done it. It's buzzing my face here. Now I was trying to go a little too fast. This is what I call the dip. Usually slows you down just enough. And there we go. I'll drop out here any second. Boom.
Incoming mission critical message.
And this is probably telling me that there's something wrong with the containers of bootleg liquor.
Landing procedures within your allocated time.
I have an hour and 14 minutes. Yeah, there's some malfunction with the containment system. I have an hour and 14 minutes to deliver it. And I'll be, you know, doing it in just a little bit here. Okay, so I do not land. I can, but I choose not to usually because it gives me a chance to relax my hands, my old arthritic hands. And, you know, sometimes I'll check Twitter or whatever. I just enjoy the ride. That, and in my opinion, in the real world, or real galaxy, I guess would be the proper phrase, I don't think owners of space stations are going to let people just fly in. I think they're going to want them to be controlled landings like this, you know, auto landings. You know, you got some guy a little hungover, you know, or just not too sharp that day, you know, he could cause, you know, millions of units or credits of damage.
Landing gear deployed.
I don't think they would let you. But I'll never know. And I usually wait until it does that little thing that it just did, then I go down, then I go to start port services. And you do not want to go to outfitting right away if that's what you're planning on doing, because it'll take a while. You just go do this other stuff first and then it'll be ready. Yeah, we'll take the money. And I won't be playing much longer here, so I probably won't take on any new missions. Let's refuel. And I almost always will do this. Don't really need to this time, but I will. The ship integrity. I don't let that get down too far. I am curious what that data is worth. See, I got 5,000 for scanning that one planet. You can get a lot more for them. Contacts, I don't think, nope, that I need to do here. So now let's go to our next mission, planetary scan job in the Rishakwal system. Scan beak. Now on the description when I took it, it said you might need the SRB, but when it says planetary scan job, you can do that and never land your ship. It's kind of a pain. You're going to get a little bit of a fine for being in the airspace over where it is. But if you do it in your SRV, and it's one of those, and if it's one of the places where they don't like it when you scan, then you're going to be attacked while in your SUV. If you're in your ship, you can just get the heck out of there. Although I have found out that if you have already scanned what you need to scan, and then your SRV gets blown up, you can still finish the mission because you've already gotten the information. At least the one time that happened, I was able to. So, let's go. I know I have an old tablet, but this picture on this looks really bad.
Landing restraints retracted. You may proceed when ready.
So let me look at YouTube on here just for the heck of it. Just want to make sure I don't have a really, really, really bad connection here. Yeah, it looks okay on here. I mean, I don't have a high best resolution going and everything, but it's okay. My tablet's just really old. Okay, so now once we're no longer mass locked,
Frameshift drive charging.
Speed restrictions lifted. Imperial Flight Operations Bureau wish you a safe onward journey.
4, 3, 2,
So when we get to this system, we'll scan the nav beacon.
Incoming mission critical message.
Ooh, we may not need to. Yeah, we do. Okay. Sometimes you'll get to the system and it'll say, oh, this is where you need to go. So we'll find the nav beacon. There it is. Lock that baby down. And we'll scan it.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
And that's another engineer I want to go visit, is the one that you can engineer your fuel scoops, because a good fuel scoop is really nice. I have one on my Asp Explorer that it scoops like crazy. You can fill it up from empty in just under a minute. Okay, so we're getting close. I'm going to speed up just a little bit. And back throttle off. Target the nav beacon if I can find it. Where's it at? Oh, up a little bit. There we go. And then we'll scan it. And I might be on the wrong.
Incoming mission critical message. Scan detected.
Okay, we've already scanned it. So now we'll see where we need to go. We can just go here, it'll be a blue. There we go. Lock destination, it'll be one of those bases on that planet.
Scan detected. Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging.
We'll get the heck out of here.
4.
I have been attacked while at the nav beacon.
1.
I don't worry about it so much now because, well, my Python's a little harder for them to shoot down. It's out there a ways, but we'll get there. So anyways, like I was saying, you can use the ship to scan the beacon. But I mean, you got to get the nose of your ship like almost touching the tower, and it's not exactly easy to do. And the last time I did one, my ship got caught up in something at the station there. And I didn't think I was able to break free finally. That was just poor piloting, of course, which is something I'm good at. Like I was talking about when I stream, it's going to be one of those things where when I do. I'm not going to have a schedule. I'm not one of these people that thinks I'm going to get rich streaming or anything. But hey, why not? My wife says I talk to myself half the time when I'm playing anyway, so I might as well talk to somebody, or, well, in this case, nobody. But of course, I'm sure if I put a tweet out and stuff, somebody would look, but I'm just not ready for that. And if nothing else, I can get to a certain part of a stream and say, hey, this is how you do this or that. And of course, I am going to do a surface scan on this. Let's see. There we go. Okay, let's really gotta do the dip here. I got going too fast. I'm not paying attention. Now we're going to kind of zoom in on get here a little closer. It'll say, where it says surface scanner out of range there on the right side of the screen. Now it says too fast, so technically you could scan it from there, but I like to get a little closer. It just seems to make it easier for me. And I just knock off all the power. And if I can't get it to stop, then I just go over to the side a little bit so you don't run into the planet. And then you just do the surface scanner, and we've got 6 probes we can use. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do 5th one right in the middle. I've had pretty good luck doing this. I'll probably have to do another one up in this area, but not always.
Surface scanned by 50%.
89, yeah, there we go.
Surface scan complete.
So we got the efficiency bonus. Okay, there's our search zone building. Now if you go over here, now you'd see that and you could lock on to it from there, or you can just see it there and you can lock onto it from there. That's a good approach. A little steep, slow it down just a little bit. There we go. That looks pretty good. Like I say, this is one of the few things where the instruments don't do this for you. It'll stop your glide in. I mean, you'd think you're going to hit the planet, but you don't. You just have to trust the instruments, but here you got to actually do it yourself. Looks like a good angle. Maybe a little steep. We'll find out.
Engaged.
Nope, we're right about 45. That's always a good. When you're right in there, you're fine. As you can see, I mean, you think you're going to hit the planet, but you're not. You gotta trust your instruments. And hope the guy who worked on it last time wasn't hung over. And I forgot this one was going to move too. So now you got to increase that glide. So now I'll put a little power on. Get closer. Nope, more. So usually I'll count to about 1, 2, about 10 or so. Come down, and oh, it moved. Normally, when you're on a glide like this, if you turn like I did, it'll take you out of glide. But it's going to move again anyways. But it won't do the big move again until you're out of the glide just before. It'll move again because there's no way it's right there. I know it's not. It's going to be back behind us somewhere. We'll slow down a little bit. Go over here, and it's going to go kind of like towards us here any second now. at least one more time. And I know you experts out there see me jerking the screen around like this all the time. Yeah, that's what happens using a controller with arthritic hands. Okay, there we go. Right there. Ooh, there we go. One more time. That's the big one. And there we go. There's our building. Well, that's right. We're not going to land, are we? I'm going to do this one without... We'll see if I can do it. I mean, like I say, the last one was horrible. I got caught up in something and I couldn't break away, and I finally did. I thought for sure I was going to lose my ship. Okay, now we're a little fast. Might have to make a pass over. Nope, I believe that's the building we need right there in about the center left of the circle there. Might want to come over this way a little to the right a little bit. Okay, so now I want to make sure I'm in. Yep, I got the right. Okay, now that's the tower you need to go to. And you don't want to be going very fast. And like I say, you almost, one person called it a bump and run because you almost have to touch. And you may actually touch it. Because that square will show up, but you got to get really, 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 really close.
Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
So you're going to get this little fine for being here. That's no big deal. Okay, there it is. I will scan it.
Incoming message.
There we go.
Incoming
Dude, that was pretty good.
message.
Now, they don't like what I just did.
Empty code. Trespass zone cleared. Under attack.
Yeah. We'll just let them go. So we got a 500 crown bounty for that. So, you know, you're not going to want to come back to this system most likely for a while. But like you saw, yeah, really, really close. Kind of wish they could do it without getting quite so close, but hey.
Incoming mission critical message.
And something tells me mission successful. Yeah. It's just about the data that we scanned.
Cannot comply. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
And now that we've got there, now we'll get back to where we need to go. And we shall plot our route. You can see. Nope. I have to get a little further out. I'm just going to throttle back. There. Fine.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we're going to go back and collect on this. Yeah, there's a chance we could have someone try and interdict this between here and the base. We got to be successfully interdicted in my Python. And then I'm going to probably transfer my Sidewinder over here, because every now and then I like to get in my Sidewinder and fly in open and see if I can get ganked. I knew I wouldn't have a chance if I hit somebody. But I'm just curious, if I can get away with it, but I'm sure as heck not gonna have somebody blow me out of the sky with this ship. I don't want to pay that free buy. But this little, I just came to this little area yesterday, and I was looking for like a base to work out of for a while. And this one seems like I like the missions, so I'll probably kind of make this my center of operations for, until I get tired of the missions and from these bases in this area, or stations. This won't be a long stream. None of them probably will be. It's time to go get something to eat. Faster. And so that's kind of how you land on planets and do planetary scan jobs. Whoop, a little too fast. See, I had that a little bit too high of the blue area there. I got going just a little fast. Come on now. There we go. Oh, boy, we were close. And as you can see, whenever I get to a station, I usually try to go at it from this side. I don't know why. I'm only going to get within 7.5 kilometers anyways. And then I'll just enjoy the ride. And there we go.
Permission granted. Set down on landing pad 05. Use of automated docking computer permitted. You are clear to hand over control.
So that's a couple little missions in Elite Dangerous for people like me who aren't, masters at the game. I mean, I know some of you guys out there with your fleet carriers and Anacondas all maxed out and everything. love to do combat would laugh at me, but hey, I enjoy this, so as long as I'm enjoying it, who cares?
Landing gear deployed.
Docking
For that,
procedure complete.
we're
Ship
down.
secured.
Starboard,
We trust
starboard
this facility will
services.
serve you well, Commander.
And let's see here. That's scary. Ooh, 1.5 million. That's pretty good. Uh-oh. Follow on mission. Ooh, I can do it. Black box. This is one you want to take if you can. And I have 3 days and 2 hours, so I'm going to accept that. I'm not going to do it right now, but... And now I'm going to go over and I'm going to transfer my ASP Explorer. Transfer to this location. Confirm. Oh yeah, I want to do my Sidewinder too, just for the heck of it. And that way, the next time I play, I'll have it. Maybe I'll do a little stream of me and a Sidewinder in open, and see if I get shot out of the sky. And so that's how we do it. We're gonna end it for today. And thanks all you millions of people who watched.